Right. I want to talk about the meat crisis of what I know. Probably talking a bit too early, but it might help something. And here it goes. Now, farmers are killing their livestock and burying them because they can't afford to feed them. And as far as I know, they've got them there because they can't export them, right? And they can't sell them here in Australia either, as the market's already got a slot for there. So people that export have got their markets overseas. That's their contacts. Right? It takes a while to get contacts, right? And some farmers might get lucky and able to sell here, but not all of them can when you can't export properly or you're worrying about it or you're not getting enough money. Meow meow. She does that. Get in there, you little stubborn little girl. And so farmers are getting left with livestock they now have to feed. Now I'm pretty sure I'm right with this story, that it's not just them that can't feed livestock, you know what I mean? And they've got places to go, they're just having a really struggled moment. It could be that one. But as far as I know, it's got to do with the export one as well. And they can't get rid of their stock. A good time to get rid of it. And they can't. You gonna be a good girl? Good girl. She's very old. She's not got long to go now, haven't you? Hey? Her and Tess. She goes outside, but when I'm outside, as we can't get her to wander off too far, as she might take off and she's not in good health. But back to the farmers exporting. Now, so they can't sell the meat here or get a decent price for it or to make it all worthwhile and stuff like that. That's what they hear. Or they can if they're close enough. And so you got these farmers out, whoop whoop, they are burying their livestock because they can't feed them and they can't get the money, they can't do their cycle as they're having export problems and stuff like that. And so how can you fix that? Well, you talk about it so people can come up with ideas to fix it, which is why we have the news and why the news is talking about certain things. And certain things should never happen. There should be people in these areas which these people have probably talked to and should have done a move before it got so far. They should have realised things. That's why people are in certain areas, to stop things from getting too far. Because if someone come in and knew that was happening and knew that if the export stopped, what are these people going to do? I'm sure these people had some answers over there and were worried about where it needs to go. And someone in the government should have stood up and then went, all right, I see the problem. The market's pretty okay and all that. But how about we just, instead of killing them, at least do something with them so the farmers can get something. And we'll send a truck up, so we'll pay for maybe even travelling costs. Because we fucked up here, we should have done something earlier, or we do help out when things get hard and there's no choice but to do certain things. We don't want to just waste all that time and effort and resources for nothing. So we're going to send up trucks and we're going to get that meat and we're going to put it out to the supermarkets. We've got Coles, we're going to tell them all that, and we're going to flood the market with meat at the moment. We don't usually tell people to do this, but we need to do this. And we'll even ask the people if we can not drop the price too much, but we'll drop the price a bit as it's flooding the market. We'll have lots of meat, and if you drop the price, it helps sell, right? And we can also add a little extra to fund for these type of problems so they don't happen again, like they did with the milk, how they added a little extra profit. Things like that is what you could do, and talk to the public about the meat crisis, and I'm sure they'll all jump in on it, and then have the news people go, well, what do you think if you did that? You'd have to do it quickly too, and quickly get some answers, as these things don't have that much time, but you could find these things out within a week, no worries, I'm sure, or even 24 hours if you've got a big enough team, and quickly get this done, and go get the sheep or the cows or whatever the problem is, and sort it out. That's my opinion. Could be a bit wrong about a few things, but that's one way how you can sort out something. You can't have farmers just burying livestock and wasting all these livestock when they could be used, right? It's bad enough that we do what we do to get our food, and it's bad enough that we do all that and then completely waste it. Have a good one, everybody, and see yous later.